On this episode of Best of America by Horseback, we're going to take you down to South Texas, a little place called Lajitas, right on the Rio Grande River. It's rich with history, but it's a modern day place to bring your horses, trail ride, and do a whole host of things that are a lot of fun for you and the entire family. I've never been this far south in Texas before. I've really enjoyed it. You're going to enjoy it just as well. You're watching Best of America by Horseback. I'm Tom C. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this show.
Part of this show is brought to you by Tucker Trail Saddles, the world's finest trail saddles and equipment company. By Mill Creek Manure Spreaders, clean stalls in half the time with half the work. By CSI Saddle Pads, designed for your horse's comfort and performance in mind. The difference is amazing. And by Spurs Big Fix, wound, skin, and hoof. The more you use it, the more you'll love it.
Stop wasting hay. Save 30 to 40% of hay wasted in traditional ring feeders with hay feeders manufactured by Clenny Pipe Structures. Built with 10-gauge galvanized steel tubing, these durable feeders weighing over 1,000 pounds are the best built and longest lasting feeders on the market today. Free choice hay is the best feeding option for your horse. To limit hay, simply latch the grills upright. They can be crated and shipped all across the U.S. They also carry a long line of portable run-in shelters in other buildings. Clenny Pipe Structures, family-owned and operated since 1949.
On this show, Tom is in Southwest Texas, near Big Bend National and State Parks, at the Lajitas Golf Resort and Spa. This 27,000-acre resort is set among mountain vistas and the Rio Grande. It is a unique destination rich in Old West history, with breathtaking sunsets and activities that range from being pampered beside a desert pool to riding horses in the footsteps of Pancho Villa and General Blackjack Pershing.
Okay, people are watching this and they're saying, I believe I'm going to take my horse and come on down there and visit. What can they expect to see when they get here as far as where to put their horse, what facilities are here? And by the way, I went over to check on my horse last night at 9 o'clock. Your staff was also checking on all the horses at the very same time.
Well, we try to take care of horses. We're horse people. I've been around livestock for at least 2 weeks now, so. But I've been riding livestock for about 65 years. But down there, what we've got the open pipe stalls underneath the roof. We're wanting to enlarge that a little bit. We do have staff there. My assistant and I live right there at the property. She has an apartment in the back. I have a house there. We probably shut down about 10 o'clock every evening, making sure that all the horses are watered.
O.K. Estes and his assistant, Kathy Hoadley, are professional trainers affiliated with the National Cutting Horse Association. They can train a horse from its first ride to a champion cutting horse and everything in between.
You can take a clinic on cutting horses. You can take a clinic on starting a horse. You can take Horsemanship 101. And all of these things are 3-day clinics. You come and everything's covered in that. Your lodging and all your meals. And you leave here, you're going to know a little bit more about a horse. There you go. That's cutting. That's the way we do it in West Texas.
I didn't know what to expect here with the facilities and accommodations and so forth.
These are state-of-the-art facilities. I'd suggest anybody, and we're going to have some of our friends that we trail ride with, we'll get a trip together with all of them, come back here. OK is terrific, Kathy's terrific at run this facility, very accommodating, make sure, you know, they take care of everybody, and it's just first rate.
Our trails are very diverse. We've got the trails that just for the flatlander who don't want to get up in the hills. We can get up in some light hills. For light riding, we can get up and we go all the way to Lajitas Mesa North. So you've got any type of riding you want. Make sure if you're going to bring your pony, you bring a lot of electrolytes. It gets warm in the desert and you need to take care of that pony. The other thing is make sure he's shod, make sure you've got your health papers and the horse is in good health. This is rough country, but you can also take our ponies, and our ponies are climatized for this climate.
This was a beautiful ride. Just really enjoyed it all 3 days.
For people watching this and they want to come here, you have any advice for them?
This is a wonderful place. Everything's provided, so you can just enjoy yourself in the mountains. And I wanted to give a special thanks to you guys for looking out for all the safety. You guys are very safety conscious, and I think that was great.
We appreciate that, and we appreciate you, and we appreciate the mule. Did a good job.
Thank you so much.
You had to choose this morning between doing this morning's ride and going another place. You decided to stay here. How was it?
This was great. You know, we had a decision to make whether to go on into the national park, this being the last day of our vacation. And, you know, we were going back and forth, but the people were so nice here, friendly, and, you know, such a beautiful country. And this is really what we came here to do. So, you know, we elected to do the ride this morning, and I'm so glad that I did, because I'll never forget the locations that we saw, and, you know, a lot of narrow trails with ledges, and it was just a beautiful ride.
We're close to Big Bend, but there's so much more to do here. But you do ride into the park.
Yes, we do. We have a very good relationship with Big Bend State Ranch Park. And Lajitas owns 640 acres in the center of the park, which was an old mercury mine. And we had the facilities out there. We keep the integrity of the roof on the main building. And so when we have our overnight rides, we can do that. There's a small charge of $5 per person to get on the state park. All their trails are marked very, very well. It's a great place to go ride, plus they're our neighbor.
A popular dinner choice at Lajitas Resort is their Stargazer supper. An authentic cowboy campfire cooked meal awaits guests as they ride to dinner by horseback or hitch a ride in their hay wagon.
You've done this over and over, but it's got to be a neat experience to see people with their enthusiasm of they don't expect all this. What's the main comment you hear over and over?
Probably the first thing is wow, which is what the kind of experience we're looking to give them. We're looking to give them that wow experience. They're up in this beautiful area with this lovely scenery, and then to come up and walk into here with the service and the food that they get, and you get that wow coming out of their mouths, that's what makes it all worthwhile.
Been so fortunate to ride all over this country and also in some beautiful desert land. But when we come back, I'm going to introduce you to Blackjack's Crossing in Lajitas, Texas, where you can come and ride in the desert, and members of your family or yourself can enjoy golf overlooking the Rio Grande River. Stay tuned, I'll be right back.
It is said,
before it was illegal to pick your kid up by the arm, he'd pick me up and stick me in the saddle with him.
Another thing that comes when you buy a property from Outlet Land Companies, you get free lifetime riding at East Fork Stable.
The people that live here in this area are great. I mean, talk about people who just pitch in and give you a hand with stuff.
So you have access to 400 miles of trails in the northern part of this county.
if you dream it,
Well, you'll have 4, similar to Ohio, but just a lot milder. This just felt more like home to us.
it can be.
And let's ride.
You got it, hon.
Ruffin, we've been riding horses all over these beautiful mountains, right along the Rio Grande. And there's something very green and very beautiful along the Rio Grande here in Lajitas. And you're in charge of it. Tell us about it.
It's Blackjack's Crossing Golf Club at Lajitas. New golf course, brand new golf course. Still finishing it up right now. Lanny Watkins signature course, Ryder Cup captain. I think we have a jewel out here in the desert. And we have this beautiful backdrop. You ride horses in, we hit golf balls as a backdrop.
Well, this just adds more to the opportunities when you have a family and someone wants to ride and someone wants to play golf. Now you have things for everybody, including a spa, the motel, great food, and of course the horses as well.
The horses, the hunt club, everything that OK Estes does over there, and then of course the golf, which I'm partial to.
When we were pulling up today, we saw a young lady practicing on the golf course, and we were noting, I mean, she's a little teeny thing, but she seemed to have the proper form and consistency, and then we found out it's your daughter. You got to be really proud of her.
I'm very proud of her as a person, for sure. As a golfer, she's taken it on her own. You know, I taught her to grip it, taught her to set up to it, and told her now you need to go spend some time working. And so she's been working at it on her own.
She comes out on her own.
On her own. She comes out on her own.
We were just driving by. We're horse people, and we were visiting this place by horseback, and I saw you playing golf. How long have you been playing golf?
About a year.
I don't know anything about golf. Would you teach me a little bit?
Absolutely.
And this isn't rehearsed, so I don't have any idea how this is going to go.
You have your thumb here.
Thumb here?
And then this thumb overlaps on that one and makes a V.
Okay.
Okay, well, I'm getting my grip right. And then I'm going to keep my eyes on the ball. Swing.
Wow! When people come here and they've never played before, can you give them some tips?
I can.
You don't mind at all?
My tip, I don't mind at all. My biggest tip is bring your camera.
For all of this?
For all of this, yeah.
Okay, I've really enjoyed talking to Ruffin Moore and his daughter and seeing the golf course. But there's a little bit more history over to the golf course than just the golf course.
The trading post was one of the original buildings that was built here back in the 1800s. And the holes in the front of that building are authentic bullet holes. They've been a number of shootouts, and that's where, in the old days, I've talked to the old timers that come in here, and they said they would have a pool table out there and they'd come and shoot pool and then shoot at each other after they had too much to drink. And that's back around the turn of the century. Blackjack Pershing come out of here chasing Pancho Villa back across the border. Pancho Villa had been there a number of times. So you're talking about the old banditos and the law enforcement people. They come to Lajitas and they had a few gunfights.
And this is exactly where it was.
It's still there.
Another popular activity here for the guests and friends is cowboy action shooting, and nowhere in the country do they do it better than right here at Lajitas. You enjoy doing this. It's part of the Western lifestyle, but I've never met anybody that's more safety conscious. You have people here that have never fired a weapon before, and then you have people here who are as professional as I've ever seen. Safety's the same all the way through.
Absolutely. The two things that can hurt you pretty bad is the gun and the horse. And it's growing up in the business and being around guns the biggest part of my life. I can't afford to have anyone hurt, and that's not what we want to do here. We want to make it fun, but we want to make it safe. And the control of the firearm is the most important thing, and handled in a safe manner.
Well, let's see how we're going to do this.
Okay, boss.
Tom has been an avid outdoorsman his entire life. He really enjoyed surprising OK by shooting 100% with the pistol, rifle, and shotgun.
There you go. You dusted it, boss. That's 100%. You didn't miss a thing.
Cowboy action shooting is one of the most popular non-horse activities at Lajitas. They also have one of the best 5 stands in Southwest Texas.
I have never seen a setup like what you have here. This is second to none.
Well, I think this is probably one of the best in the Southwest. The vast majority of these are privately owned like this, and a lot of people don't get to participate on one that's built quite like this. And we are always changing it, we're always making a little new, and it's probably one of the tougher courses you're going to shoot in the Southwest right now.
Let's take a look at one of the best places to do this in the country with Hejdos. Huh.
Thank you, sir.
First of all, you have 5 stations, and you're going to shoot all 5 stations. You're going to shoot approximately 6 rounds of ammunition at each station. We're going to throw 5 birds. The first bird that's thrown is a single, which you have 2 shots to recover in case you miss. And our birds are thrown from all different directions. You're going to shoot 2 rounds. The next 2 are going to be doubles. You're going to have 1 shot in your gun for each of the doubles. And we do that on what's called report. The minute they say pull, I'll throw the first bird. The minute the gun goes off, I throw the second bird. And that's adds a little bit of pressure to it. And this is a sporting clay. We have one that goes right straight up like a teal. We have one that comes out over your head like a pheasant. We have one that scatters like quail. In fact, it's called crazy quail. We've got them that flies like dove from left to right and right to left. And then we get the rabbit that runs down the ground. And the teal number 3 goes right straight up, and that usually gets everybody mad at their shotgun. It's never the shooter's fault, it's always the shotgun.
People who target practice on stationary targets and may be excellent, they come here, they have a moving target. What's their biggest mistake?
Well, the biggest mistake is when they get up on the bird, the minute they pull the trigger, they stop the movement. Shooting clay pigeons is a little bit like playing golf. If you don't finish your swing, you're not going to hit the bird. And that's what we have to teach everybody to do, is to, not everybody, the pros know it. You've got to follow through with your shot.
Jump in the water. Hail that. How you doing? Dust? Very nice. 2 weeks now. Thank you. That's an awesome gun, isn't it?
Thank you.
Good job, buddy. Thank you.
We know who made that hitch. We know who cut the steel, who milled the ball, and who welded the seams. We know who tested, measured, and checked. We even know who thought the whole thing up. We're B&W, and we know your hitch. Because we don't make them halfway around the world. We make them all right here. B&W. Trusted.
Hello, I'm Gary Stice. I am the #1 dealer for Lakota trailers nationwide. Please stop in and see our new facility. Our new facility has a very large display area where we will have up to a dozen trailers inside the building, a very large service center where we can service all your needs. We can take care of your horses as well as your trailer and show you new trailers also. Please stop in and see us on Interstate 71 south of Columbus, Ohio.
Someone who's never ridden a horse before, they live in an apartment, work in town, and they're going to come out here. Even if they've never been on a horse before, you can put them on one of your horses and make their dreams come true.
Absolutely. This is the experience. We're going to get you up on the horse. We have not had one person who didn't get on a horse and take the ride that they signed up for. One of the things you need to realize about Lajitas, it's all about you. It's not about us. If it's a 1-person ride or a 45-person ride, we're going to book it for you. We're going to take care of it. And it's all about that experience. We're going to make it the best experience you can have playing cowboy.
Lajitas Resort offers a variety of luxury accommodations that include motel rooms with Western motifs, luxury suites in the old Cavalry Post, boardwalk condominiums, as well as cottages and villas overlooking the resort with panoramic views of the mountains and the Rio Grande. Your horses will be well cared for at the Equestrian Center, whether you choose to rent a room or camp in their RV park that can accommodate 10 campers up to the largest RVs with over 100 sites. You can then enjoy all of the amenities of the resort, including fine dining in the resort's own restaurants, shopping in the gift shop, art gallery, bakery, or general store. You may also find your perfect home or home site in Lajitas' 27,000-acre development surrounded by over 1 million acres of Big Bend National and State Parks.
You're in Lajitas, Texas. As far in Texas in the south as you can probably go. And we're with OK Estes, who really is an example of the very best of America. I'm glad to know him, glad to have him as a friend of mine. Thank you for what you do for us and so many other people.
Thank you for coming to Lajitas.
For more information on visiting Lajitas Golf Resort and Spa, log on to lajitasgolfresort.com or call them at 1-877-LAJITAS.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Best of America by Horseback, right down in South Texas, right on the Rio Grande at Lajitas. We've had a great time here. We've had a lot of good friends and made a lot of new friends. Visit our website, bestofamericabyhorseback.com, and find out where you can ride with us to see the very best of America and the very best people. I'm Tom C. Thank you so much for watching.